Life as We Know It with Tom Walton.
If you have never loved a dog, my heart aches for you because you have missed the magic. And if you've never had to let go of that love when the time comes, if you've never had to endure the exquisite pain of surrendering your dog's life, even though it's the only merciful option left, you have never experienced the sweet sorrow of doing something so counterintuitive, yet so right. It's a sadness I had to revisit recently. When you get a dog, it's part of the deal. Bailey came into my life back in 2008 after the Wood County Humane Society rescued 105 dogs from a house in the Wood County village of Stony Ridge. Most were covered in clumps of their own waste. Many had genetic defects and serious health issues. The Humane Society, to its everlasting credit, got to work. Veterinarians and volunteers stepped up. When it was time for the agency's adopt-a-thon, my wife and I went. Arrayed in a circle were 20 or so cages, each containing a Stony Ridge rescue dog. Though we had had dogs before, we were not in the market for another one. But you know where this is going, right? A little cream-colored dog named Duke changed our mind. Part terrier, part poodle, part spaniel. Who could be sure? It didn't matter. He licked my fingers through the cage. He looked at me with eyes that said, "I'm your guy." I took him at his word. We paid the fee, and Duke and Diane and I pranced out of there like we'd been together for years. Despite what the tag on his cage said, this little boy was no Duke. Mindful of what he'd been through, and determined to give him the happiness every dog deserves, we settled on a new name, Bailey, the last name of Jimmy Stewart's character in the classic holiday film, It's a Wonderful Life. Indeed, Bailey got a wonderful life. Surrounded by love, he thrived. We took him everywhere in our RV, to Key West, to New York, to Michigan's Upper Peninsula, to the national parks out west. Everywhere we went, people loved Bailey, and he loved them right back. But the single most important gift Bailey gave us was the emotional support he provided when Diane faced her final battle against cancer. Something was not right, and he knew it. He sat at her feet after her chemo appointments. He slept beside her on the bed and rested his chin on her leg. It was heartwarming, and it was heartbreaking. He comforted her when she needed it most. Finally, 4 years ago, when Diane could hold on no longer, Bailey felt my pain too. Tasked with trying to write humorous columns for The Blade, I found in Bailey's love the resolve to keep trying. In recent months, age had robbed Bailey of his mobility. There was no more prancing. On Saturday morning of Memorial Day weekend, he had a stroke. The vet candidly told us that Bailey, nearly 15, would have no quality of life going forward. We could prolong his misery for our own selfish reasons, or we could let him go. I told the vet it was time to let Bailey cross the Rainbow Bridge. I put my hand on his chest. I felt his heart stop as his eyes slowly closed. I sobbed. Today I can think of nothing funny. Today I hold Bailey's collar in my hands, and he is gone.
Life as We Know It is written and hosted by Tom Walton and is a production of WGTE Public Media. Life as We Know It with Tom Walton can be heard on WGTE FM 91 every Monday afternoon during All Things Considered at 5:44 p.m. or hear past episodes at wgte.org/life.